hopefully.
Well, we're changing gears a little bit because we want to talk about an amazing place on Elmwood with a beer selection that is probably the largest in Buffalo, including local, national, and international selection, a great menu. How can Blue Monk be not one of the favorite local bars here, but we're here because you're not only gaining recognition locally, but you're also gaining recognition nationally. We're here with Mike Schatzel, who's the owner of Blue Monk, to talk about the second annual search for the Great American Beer Bar.
So Mike, what's going on with this? Tell us, how did you guys get chosen for this?
Well, the link was up last year, and we feel, we're one of the top beer bars in all of America. And we really pushed our fans to vote for us this year and through social media, and they went all out, really supporting us through Facebook and Twitter. And right now we're in the top 10 bars in the northeast of the U.S., and now we're doing another push, and that the voting ends this Friday at midnight.
So let's talk about the beer selection at the Blue Monk, because I think that's one of the major draws. Now, you do have an incredible food menu, but a lot of people go there because you have an unbelievable beer menu. Mm-hmm. What are people going to see and be able to try at the Blue Monk?
Well, we try to raise the envelope for beer in Western New York, and I truly think that we've accomplished that. What you'll find is top beers in the world, be it from Belgium, Germany, England, right here in New York State, the Northeast, and out west. California is a big, great, huge beer market, and they're really pushing the envelope. The U.S. is taking beer to a whole nother level, and it's an exciting time to be involved in the beer business.
And you truly are one of Buffalo's only gastropubs. Mm-hmm. So for people that aren't familiar with that term, gastropub, what does that mean?
A gastropub is an English term. It basically takes typical pub fare and uses local ingredients, basically the top ingredients out there, and it just gives it a little higher end flair. It's not high end dining, but it's comfortable dining, but with high end food.
That was a good question. I think a lot of people hear that word and think it means like a fancy place and just aren't really quite sure. But one of my favorite things about Blue Monk is when you go in, you see the full chalkboard, which is always changing. A lot of times you'll still see your staff crossing out and erasing different beers and giving it a new one, and then you typically order based on the number. So, if the Hefeweizen is number 5, you say, I'll take a number 5. So what do we have here? Which numbers do we have right now?
These are some of the bottles, but you also find a lot of these on draft. The brewery is a new brewery that's just coming in that we're extremely excited about out of California. They do really push the envelope. These are some American sour ales, but they typically are strictly Belgian beers, but we're very excited, and the little one here, Bell's, is a brewery out of Michigan that I've personally been trying to get here for years. It's Ryan Miller's favorite brewery. Huh.
And of course, there are so many other things at the Blue Monk beer-wise, but I want to point out how delicious your mac and cheese are. Because it's probably the best thing on the menu. The mac and cheese is delicious.
And the duck fries.
The
duck fries are, you're health conscious. We have a couple things, but it's definitely for the beer drinking crowd.
And how much longer will the beer garden be open for?
Beer gardening as long as the weather persists, so hopefully through mid-October at least.
Okay,
and of course, you can still vote for you to win the second annual search for the Great Beer Bar. We're going to have more information on that later in the .com check with Emily Lenahan. But right now, we're going to head over to...
I think we're going to go to break, but first we're going to take a